Samson Dauda shocked the bodybuilding world with his recent 6 weeks out physique at the Olympia Amateur in Bucharest, Romania, my home country. The thing that got everyone talking was the level of conditioning he showcased. In my opinion, it's already comparable to the conditioning he usually brings on stage. We all know his aesthetic, we all know he can get round and full, but what everyone's been waiting for is a conditioning upgrade. And that's why this showing is so impressive. This reminded me of another legendary 6 weeks out update back in 1993 when Dorian Yates changed the game with his notorious black and white gym pictures. Just like Samson, that was before he defended his first Mr. Olympia title, and hopefully Samson will show up at his best of all time, just like Dorian did at the 1993 Olympia. So this is the perfect opportunity to compare these two physiques. Samson at 6 weeks out looks almost stage ready, and many people say the same about Dorian in those famous photos. Maybe even too dry by the time he hit the actual stage. Front double biceps, and even though this is 32 years apart, my age actually, I was born in 1993. Dorian Yates still looks like he carries more mass, at least in the upper body. Dorian excelled at the very thing Samson lacks, lats development. But Samson still pulls to the better taper with his tiny waist and vacuum. Lower body, Dorian looked incredible here, especially with the calves of course, but also the quads. Still, Samson's quads are way better, some of the best in the world today. Dorian was never known for crazy quad sweeps, and this far out from the show his trademark cuts aren't that visible. All in all, Samson looks more aesthetic, and I know people love this nowadays, but I'm still going with Dorian here. He never had the best front double, but in this photo shoot his front double was just epic. The front lat spread is next, and Samson looks like he's improved a lot in this pose. Maybe it's the lower angle which always makes the lats pop more, but regardless, I really like this pose and his guest posing. What he's got over Dorian is the arms and shoulders, which, by the way, almost looks suspicious, but I digress, nothing uncommon today. Samson also dominates the quads again. However, this is Dorian's pose. We know it's blasphemy to say otherwise. His lats are literally in the shadows here, pun intended, but still visible enough. His overall mass, his stance, everything goes perfect for him here, and the shadow scores his second point in this matchup. Side chest is next, and who would have thought Dorian Yates could put up such a fight against Samson Dauda in this pose? Dorian was known for powerful poses, but also some weaker ones, usually the side chest, but here at 6 weeks out he had fullness for days. Look at that chest, look at the arms. Something he didn't show on stage, probably from being too depleted. However, this is Samson's pose all day. He's got everything. Incredible chest, shoulders, arms, but the knockout factor is the side leg. That lower body wins Samson the side chest against the shadow whose upper body may match Samson or even beat him. Back double biceps, one of Dorian's undeniable poses. But this might be the exception because he probably looked better stage ready than here. He looks great, but he doesn't have that granite look that made him invincible in this pose in the 90s. Some even argue he didn't open up enough in this pose. I'm not here to criticize the master of mandatories, but opening up more like Phil Heath could have been an improvement. Still, Dorian wins this against Samson, who just doesn't have enough overall mass in his back yet. That's a problem for him against shorter, more compact guys like Nick Walker and Derek Lunsford at the 2025 Olympia. Your support means a lot, so a like and sub would be much appreciated. Alright, let's keep going. Back lat spread, my goodness. This has to be the craziest back lat of all time from Dorian. Nobody matches this, not even Big King Ronnie. And yes, this is off season. I didn't mention the calves in the previous pose, but I don't think I need to. Best calves of any Mr. Olympia winner in history, period. The only thing Samson wins here is hamstrings, which look impressive for 6 weeks out. But everywhere else, the shadow overshadows him big time. Easy win. Side triceps, and since Samson won the other side pose, some fans might hope he pulls this one too. Huge no, Dorian Yates had one of, if not the best side triceps poses of all time, despite not having the best arms. Surprisingly, even his triceps look better than Samson's here. He's aesthetic and massive at the same time. Great chest, great stance, and that trailing calf seals it. This pose is simply perfect from Dorian. I wouldn't change a thing. There's no abs and thighs shot from Dorian in this set, but I found a close alternative. Not the fairest comparison, but since Samson doesn't impress me much in this pose, Dorian might have had a shot with the conventional stance. He'd win upper body for sure. Lower body is harder. Samson's quads are insane, maybe the best in the world right now. Dorian's quads either looked too small stage ready or lacked definition in this off-season photo shoot. Samson's quads here are big and detailed, almost stage ready. Not quite as big as usual though, which makes me worry he'll play the conditioning card this year but lose some of that trademark fullness. Most muscular is next, and again Dorian proves he might have dialed in too much for the show. Here, 6 weeks out, he looks round and full, in contrast to his stage-ready most muscular, which was arguably his weakest pose. And remember, the most muscular wasn't even mandatory during his reign, it became one in 2004. Here, upper body Dorian matches Samson pretty well, but the lower body is contested. There's also the crab variation, which further shows Dorian's incredible fullness here. But overall, Samson Dauda is better than Dorian in any variation of the most muscular. In conclusion, Samson only won the side chest and the most muscular against this monstrous version of Dorian Yates. To be fair, you could argue he has a case for the front double as well and maybe even abs and thighs, but overall I believe Dorian's 6 weeks out version was more impressive than Samson's even after all these years.